are at in your life, if you were to go back and date again and do a relationship again,
No.
and I would like you to tell your story, how would that look like to you? Because you have such a unique story.
Well, I would say that if I had to meet my husband online, who I really believe is my soulmate, if any of you have seen his LinkedIn profile picture, I would have, which is the bad way, swiping left. I would have swiped left on that so fast. But I met him in person, and I liked him right away, and it's become very apparent to me going through cancer treatment and having it be a bit of an emergency, and him just handling everything from telling my employers that I'm in a coma and I'm going into brain surgery and I can't come to work, to taking care of our son, and to taking care of food and taking care of the whole house and paying bills, that nobody else could have been there for me like he was. And despite my best efforts to push him away, because I was in hardcore denial that this was it for me at 24, like I'd already found my life mate.
Yeah, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, duh.
I mean, wow.
And not having to do it online.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried my very, very best to push him away, and he just wouldn't let me. And I couldn't be more thankful for that. And if I had to go back now and date, frankly, I don't know what that would look like at this point. It would probably be, actually it wouldn't be beach volleyball because I had my head cut open, so I can't play beach volleyball. And it wouldn't be snowboarding because I can't snowboard. It would probably be playing bridge or chess, and he'd be like 80.
That would be a very eclectic group of men that you would
I would get rich really
I
fast.
don't know.
Bridge and chess? Definitely.
Totally.
Definitely international.
Nice hats,
Yeah.
I envision
Nice hats, yeah.
So like, again, like given who you are today, and I admire you every single. I think everyone around us every single day admires you every single day, and no, we do. We look at your Instagram every single day, and we're just like, oh my god, if Allie's doing it, we gotta do it. We gotta get out of bed. But what is your view from someone who is going through cancer? What is your view on the world right now in terms of the dating and the relationships, and how people are so picky and for no reason, and just like, not giving people chances? Or what is your view on that right now?
I don't know. I mean,
Poor Allie. It's like, honestly, she's just grateful to have found a soulmate, people.
yeah, and be alive at the same
Yeah.
time. It's amazing.
Exactly.
Honestly, as being a person who wasn't willing to give my husband
A chance.
a chance,
Yeah.
or gave him a chance for about 10 seconds and then decided he wasn't worth a chance 10 seconds later. I don't know. You just have to go with your instinct. And if things didn't work out with me and my husband, then I'd probably be living in my mom's basement right now. Probably still doing what I'm doing. But my mom would just be my partner. And if you have family and you have people who love you, like great friends, then
You're blessed.
Yeah, and if you decide that you don't need a partner, like a romantic partner, then that's okay too. Yeah. It's totally okay. And you shouldn't force a relationship just because you feel like you need one.
And we all know those girls who do that.
Yeah.
And
So actually, I'm so glad you brought that up, because having grown up with you in the last 10 years, that's one of the things that we've always shared, is like, you don't have to be this certain girl in this certain image to try and get the one, or be the one, and
Or
you
wear
actually
the big ring.
wear the big ring or whatever. And you ended up marrying your high school sweetheart. Well,
we weren't sweethearts, but we were friends in high school.
so how did you guys meet?
So I was a new girl in school. grade 11. I went to Vaughan, and he was like basketball player, like super cool, nice guy, and I had a crush on him. He had a crush on me, but nothing ever happened until.
Because nobody
years
ever
later.
said anything.
We were like he was like a shy, nice guy.
Yeah.
And I was.
Shy nice girl.
Yeah.
Let me guess.
A little bit of the two.
Yeah, I can't remember.
And so we got together after university. We were sort of nighttime dating for a little while.
What does that mean?
What does nighttime dating mean?
Nighttime dating is a nicer way of saying booty calls.
I like nighttime
Nighttime dating.
Oh, yeah. It was super cute until we destroyed it.
Yeah. Oh, that culture got destroyed a long time ago. Oh, I don't even know what that culture's called anymore.
No, but
That's called
That's just
Netflix
that's just
something.
no.
Netflix and chill.
That's not nighttime dating. Nighttime dating is different from Netflix and chill because you could be in a car nighttime dating. You could be on a railway track. You could be doing stuff.
Is Netflix and chill vicinity dependent?
It's kind of on a couch usually.
I thought it was just.
I didn't know that the venue was a key
Is all
factor.
you need for Netflix and chill.
Oh, okay. So then that could be anywhere too. So maybe it is the new version.
Okay, so you were nighttime dating.
Sorry, and we digress. Back to nighttime
Nighttime
dating.
dating, and then we weren't nighttime dating anymore. And he went back to his ex-girlfriend because he had a girlfriend in between all this, and got engaged. And then
Damn.
we stopped talking completely.
Yeah, because I would be like,
That would do it.
No, not even friends. Not
Tyler,
anything. I was
you
just,
sweeped.
whichever way, it was just done.
The bad way.
And then, I don't know, a year or so goes by and he gives me a call and I still wasn't really, like, that magic was lost for me. He wasn't engaged anymore, but I was just not into it. And then, like, you know, we kept, like, kind of being in touch with each other every now and then. Anyways, we've been on this train for a really long time. So, like, 5 years later, it just kind of, like, dawned on me, like, you know what? Like, Sean's a really good guy. You know, like, he's always checking for me. I always, you know, I like hanging out with him. And so...
5 years deep.
So then it gets better. Then another year goes by, and we finally like get together.
This is like a movie.
I know it was like the longest.
What did you say?
I'm just like 5 years deep. She realized.
No, it's like I always knew. Like I don't like assholes. I don't like those like cool
drama.
guys. I'm chill, and I like.
She was young. She needed to take her time.
No, I understand. I totally do.
She's only
29, you guys.
Yeah, it's really hard being 29.
And even like we wouldn't have worked if we had dated
Earlier,
back then.
yeah.
Like, there's
Oh,
no
I
way.
say the same thing.
Like
I
I
say the
was
same
Oh,
thing. Are you
boy.
kidding me?
in school.
Oh,
There
I
was
say the
no
same
way.
thing. Yeah.
No.
We wouldn't have worked. So when we finally did, so basically 12 years later, we finally get together. And from that point on, it was just.
And now you have twins.
And now we have twins.
It's beautiful.
So
That could totally be a movie, though, right there. Like that's a bit of a love story for sure.
Twins run in the family.
They do.
no, did you hear her? She goes, she's got twins and she's got twins.
Oh, yes. These are the new twins. They hang around for a while.
Well, they're both new.
The other ones are like 6 months old.
Oh yeah.
So actually, on that note, my fiance has 2 boys. I'm not a stepmother yet. We're not married. I call myself a bonus figure, bonus mom, whatever you get. I get it off the internet. I don't know what I'm supposed to be called, but I'll just call myself like a chocolate bar because whatever, I'm brown, it works. So
Stepmom to be.
a stepmom to be, cool. So I've known from a very young age that I don't know if I want to have children. I don't know that it's for me. It's not because I'm selfish or my career comes first or I'm ambitious or because I get a lot of I get it because you're really busy or I get it because you're really career driven and I always say no, it's because I actually know deep down inside that I know that if I brought children into the world, I don't know if I could be so present all the time, right? And so when Rick's kids are over, I love them deeply. I really do. And it's because my love extends to Rick and then back to the kids. And however, being a step parent to be is one of the hardest things you'll ever do. You'll ever do.
I think it's probably on par with having a stepmother. Or mother-in-law.
Whatever it might be. However, what I'm trying to get at is, so now we're in these relationships and we have children and we're about to have children, or
No, I'm not. I'm drinking wine. I don't know what she's talking about.
So I stumbled across this Facebook page the other day and it said, and I quote, "I regret having children."
Who said this? And who
Oh
said
no, and I had an article that I posted too.
There was a Facebook page. And so I went on this Facebook page and I was reading it in the comfort of my own home from my laptop. And I was reading, I was like, oh my God, these are all the thoughts that I've ever had go through my head. Does this make me a bad person because I don't want kids?
But you don't actually have kids, and
I
you're
don't
not
have
posting
kids.
that you regret having kids.
However, I'm saying is that when you're in a relationship, right? Is kids mandatory? And then if you do have kids, is there sometimes this thought that you're just like, oh my God, I wish I would have waited? Or is kids just like a natural?
Mandatory. No, I mean it's a personal choice.
exactly.
And I personally feel like you're not going to regret having children because yes, there's days when you just don't want to be a parent. There's days when you'd rather be doing anything else.
And that's
adulting.
okay.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
But I think that you would regret if there's a little piece of you that wants kids,
Then yeah, you would regret
you will
not
regret
having.
not having them. That's how I feel.
And there's such a disservice that has been done to moms. Well, many disservice that have been done to moms. But like one of the biggest ones is the fact that they are not allowed to feel any sort of, regret for things that they can no longer do or they wish they had done. It's not diminishing their love for their children, but society has sort of demonized them for saying, oh man, sometimes I wish I could be kid-free. What's wrong with that? Like
Or
sometimes
giving them an iPad because you need a
It's the
break.
same way. It's the same way where I'm like, oh God, it'd be nice to go out with my girlfriends for a weekend where I didn't have to worry about my husband bothering me the whole weekend or my boyfriend or whatever.
Wow.
Oh, we've all said that at some point.
yeah,
We're
why is that such a big deal? It doesn't mean that you don't love your children or your partner or what have you, but
No,
society
it
has
means
made
you
it-
need a bloody break. Hold on a second. What was that? Oh my gosh, there was the most amazing joke. And it was sent to me. It was sent to me, and it was called. It was a little picture of some lady or something, and it said in an African word, "I need a fucking break." These are my kids. A picture of his kids, and it was this is I need a fucking break day. And it was that's all it is. You just need a fucking break.
But you know what's interesting about that is that a dad can say, "Oh man, sometimes I wish we didn't have kids," and nobody will say a thing. And then
Go into the basement.
and then a mom says it.
But to
and
be
it's
honest, okay, as a mother who's I don't want to be the black single parent here, but as a mother who chose to and I always knew ever since I was a kid, I was like, I want hundreds of kids, and I moved up to I want 10. Then I moved up to I probably will have 3, and I moved up to I'm one and done. So now I'm at one and done. I'm so grateful that I've had my one and done, and I'm just when I need a fucking break, at least I'm very grateful I have a supportive family system. So they're happy to take my little one and play with him, and I can come out and have wine about it and just be me.
So why don't women talk more openly about, because as Arthi just said, men talk about it all the time, oh God, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go out with the boys and play golf, or I'm going to go to the basement.
As if they
and it's
need
okay.
a break.
As if they need a break, right?
Come on.
But the thing is why is it that when we as women say, oh my God, I need a break, that men are like,
Demonized.
This is your job.
you're not coming home?
I wouldn't say it's
Who's going to take care of the kids?
I'd say it's other women.
How do we feed them?
Why?
What do they eat?
Yeah, what do they eat? Am I supposed to feed them cheese? or crackers, or together.
Cheese pizza?
Cheese pizza?
Okay.
Okay, done.
Yeah, as long as the child is surviving, I'm happy.
Right? Surviving is thriving.
Yes.
But the problem is that it's not just men in society doing it to moms, it's moms doing it to each other. And that to me is the most enraging thing. Like, why would you do that to yourself and to other moms, knowing how hard it is as a mom? So I have friends who are moms, I am not one. And just based on everything that they tell me, I know how hard it is.
Yeah.
I don't experience it, but I know how hard it is, that I would never judge another mom because I know how difficult it is for my friends.
You can't.
And everybody's approach is completely different from everybody
And everybody's
else's.
tolerance and
Yeah.
anxiety, tolerance is totally different.
An ability to cope.
Yeah, 100%.
Energy.
But we are entering a climate now where there is a lot of great support for like women for other women, and we're
true.
seeing it with like even just now like a lot of social media and moms supporting moms, like it's like the whole Christy Teigen effect almost.
Thank God.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
they're clapping back and saying like are
She
you
can go
kidding
out
me?
after she had her kid a week later. She needs a break. Child hasn't had a drink in months. Let her have a drink.
Absolutely.
Well, I remember coming out of the hospital really, really tired, kind of all the time, following all of my treatments, and beating up on myself for when my husband leaves me alone with my kid, giving him his iPad, or like having the television on and thinking, why can't you just be with your kid? Why can't you just parent? And then I realized the harder I push myself, the less people are going to want to be around me throughout the rest of the day. Like the worse of a parent I become. And you just poison yourself with that kind of stuff. If you need the break, if your kid needs to be on his iPad for 2 hours, then so be it. And feel okay with it, or ask someone for help, or talk about it. It's not just someone else looking inside and going, you're a bad parent because you do this.
Totally. Like I can tell you 100% that Jason and I will go to restaurants and we'll take Dante. And Dante is a very social kid, okay? He literally, after he eats or sometimes before, will go around the entire restaurant and say hello to everybody. He'll go sit in the little booths with people trying to eat their food. Like, I'm not joking. And
They're
this
going to
is,
have a hard time meeting women at all.
no, not at all. Not at all. But there were times where we would see families and the entire table are watching their iPads and they're all on their devices and we're looking at each other like, that's never gonna fucking happen at our house. Yeah. Just so you know, okay?
But you're on child one.
Okay, but that doesn't matter. There's a conscious decision and effort. And now that doesn't mean that when I'm like racked.
It's what's available to you.
Exactly, right? It's not like when I'm at home and I have a project and I gotta do stuff and I gotta make dinner and he's running and he's crazy. I'm like, okay, sure, go watch Paw Patrol for an hour or half an hour, whatever, right? For a bit. But it's not like
Your life.
Well, I think the moral of the story is that it's a personal choice.
Yeah.
Wherever your limits are, wherever that extends to.
and the judgment doesn't need to be there, but you also have to just, you have to respect each
But we're
other.
also human. It's so easy to look at somebody with their kid on the iPad and be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
What's wrong with the parent? It's so easy to say.
And it could be brain cancer.
Exactly.
And then we have nothing to say.
Exactly. And so it's so funny you said that because that's the same thing I was at a really cool seminar and this guy said, you need to change, the point revolved around change your experiences by deciding that the other person is actually a good person. So for an example, you're on the highway and somebody cuts you off and instead of saying, right? Be like, he's got a pregnant woman in the car. Go on, boy, go on.
Surgery.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you just change your experience for yourself.
Yeah.
Tell yourself that it's a good reason. It's not a bad, don't automatically default.
We've all been there at some point where we've had to be some kind of asshole to some kind of person at some point. And you're like, you know what? I feel okay about being a jackass because I have a very good reason. So why shouldn't we give the benefit of the doubt to everybody? I love that. That's really interesting.
I love that too, but did they signal at least? Because that's a big Because like I'm an asshole when I'm driving, but I'll signal. You know, like just
But I still have a question for you ladies is for someone who knows that they don't want kids, why is it sometimes that and often in conversations, and I'm 36, going on 37.
I like how you like to tell your age. I'm not.
I do because
You look good.
because I look good, girl. No, because why is it that I still deep down inside feel I'm being judged a little bit, and
that you don't want to have kids.
Because you are. Because you are.
100%.
I'm 100% going through the exact same thing because I'm flip-flopping on what I want to do in terms of kids. I'm newly married a year in, not even a year in, and everybody is just like, every time I go somewhere where I haven't seen somebody in a while, and like they'll be like looking to see if I'm picking up a box. Every time, and like they will say something.
like why is it that automatically the ring goes on? Everyone's like, oh, you're gonna have kids and you're gonna feel amazing.
It's a logical step in a relationship.
Yeah.
It's a logical
100%.
step.
And at
For
this
every-
point,
like not for everybody, but I mean that's how we have been.
It's not the most. It's not the next logical step. It's the most
conventional way that we have been
conventional
socialized. So right now we are fighting against convention, but for now we are still stuck in convention. And that's why it's the pressure. Eventually one day, and you see change, I think the amount of questions we get now is nothing compared to what we would have gotten
100 years ago.
Yeah, or
You already would have
but even 10 years ago,
Exactly. You would have been called
honestly.
a
So
spinster.
Your mother-in-law
Yeah,
is like, come on,
yeah.
time's a
I'm
ticking.
drinking.
I mean, my mom still calls me. Well, no, she says, if you want kids, it's not too late. And I say, no, Mama, I'm good. I don't need them.
well, it's never too late. You can adopt when you're 80.
something that you can
But for someone who does a lot, like I do a lot of charity work, I make it a point to do it every year, right? And I love kids, and
Have a good maternal
and I have two stepkids to be, and but I feel this judgment all the time and that's why I found myself on this Facebook page with it's like, I regret having children. Tell me your sorrows so that I don't do it the same thing.
Oh,
Do you know what? What I would say is it's not judgment, at least from my perspective. I would say for me, the best thing I ever did was having a kid. And I used to always say, like, when people would wheel their brand new baby into my workplace, they're the shiz. Like, look what I made. I'd be like, great for you. Everybody can do that. Nobody gives a shit about your baby. It's cute, but like, why are you walking in here with this big grin on your face like you just... Yeah, exactly. And now
Until you had one.
now that I have one,
And then you're like,
I
you
realize,
know what I went through?
yeah, like, look what I made, and I didn't even take drugs to push it out.
She's all Simba.
Yeah.
right?
Everything the light touches.
Yeah. So coming from a person who has friends that are not sure they want to have kids, it's the best thing I ever did, and I'm so, as a person who wants more and who may not be able to have more, I want everybody to feel that, because I feel like experiencing other people's children and experiencing your own children are two completely different things.
Yeah.
That's like going for a swim and then saying you rode a rocket into space. Like, they don't even relate. So I want that for everybody. But you and I had a good talk about what all the issues are, and I want to apologize because I was trying to force that viewpoint on you, and like, you're totally legit. And if someone doesn't want to have kids, I swear on my empty wine glass tonight that I will never judge anybody ever again, because that is your prerogative, and there are a lot of people on this planet already.
Yeah.
And, and if your concern is not
Shannon,
being...
you and I will be childless.
Yeah, I'm not completely sold one way or the other, but I'd like
The point is we support whatever your decisions may be,
No judgments.
because frankly, you have the choice. You're a woman who is capable, and there are many women out there who will have lots of babies. You don't have to be them.
Yeah.
However, don't be afraid of it and embrace it if it feels right for you.
So it's interesting though. I want to go back to what Ali said about like the joy, right? Because I find that supremely interesting, and this is what I'm trying to narrow down on. Is that like there's joy that I feel for a lot of things in life, right? Like I feel joy for my family, I feel joy for my husband, I feel joy for like just being able, like travel is a huge passion of mine, right? Like I feel so like blessed to be able to have like the means and the time to see parts of the world that I want to see, right? Like and so, you know, it's hard for me to measure, and I'm not saying that they're on the same like playing field, but maybe that is my joy, right? Like, and maybe that's the joy that I enjoy, and like my career growth and like a big win, and like, you know, there's things like that, like where I'm like, that's maybe my joy. And like, I don't think that that joy that I feel for those passions is any less than you know, the joy of bringing a child into the world. And
why are they less than
But do you
that?
feel like it's one or the other? Like you can either have a fabulous life where you can travel and do great things, or have a child?
No.
Because like,
No,
what
I
if
think
you
you
were
can
to
do
lose your
both.
job tomorrow, or you know, now you're making a ton less money and you don't have the time. You don't
But I mean, if we're talking unpredictability, I mean, realistically, you could have a child and then raise it the best you can, and then all of a sudden it gets in the wrong crowd and it is a murdering drug dealer. I'm just saying. No, but I'm saying, like, so unpredictability can affect all aspects of life, and so the bottom line is if you don't go for what you are actually feeling your gut is the best decision, then you're not being authentic to yourself or true to yourself anyways, because all of these unpredictable factors will come at you no matter what you choose. Yeah.
So the final thing that I want to leave off on, which we can talk about in the next episode, is aging. And the reason I'm bringing up aging is the other day, so I don't grow a lot of white hair on my head. I don't know, for some reason, just doesn't grow on my head. And I'm 36, turning 37, and I talk about because I look good for 37. But the reason I talk about it is because I didn't find white hair up here. I found it fucking down there the other day. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why is it down there and it is not on my head?
That hair can change. Mine turned red when I was pregnant, and then I gave birth to a redhead.
No way.
My waxing lady was like, what? Is that red? And I went, yeah, I know.
I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there. So Rick said to me the other day, he goes,
intimate.
he goes to me the other day, he goes, just letting you know, after 35, it goes downhill. You start growing like white hairs that are in your nose and all this other stuff. And I was like, why didn't you tell me they were going to be down there? Yeah, that would have been nice. But it's like, I just want to prepare you guys. Aging. Like, you know, there's all this stuff that you're constantly exposed to in terms of aging, like Botox and creams and this and that. And you put this on your face and whatever, and facelift and nose jobs, and it's a whole other conversation.
But it's a gift.
What,
Being
Botox
able-
is a gift,
No,
or
no.
talking about it is a gift?
Aging.
Botox is a gift.
What is a gift?
Business list next year.
Ali is about to bring up a good point, and I know exactly where you're going with that. Aging is a gift.
Aging is a gift because you get to experience how you evolve. And I'm in the process of coming to terms with the fact that I might not be able to age. I might have 7 to 10 years is like my prediction. Like my doctor told me it's not going to be decades before your disease gets the best of you. So I'm not going to have the chance. Well, I believe I will. But coming to terms with that, or not expecting it, but just knowing that that's there and that's in my space is, I mean, it's a beautiful thing to realize, because you really do live your life differently. But aging is a gift. Feeling the cartilage in your knees wear out, knowing that you took so many steps, or your hair turning white, which I think is gorgeous.
Agreed.
That's incredible.
Wow.
She put a totally.
I just shut you all
Because
up.
because society paints this picture that youth is the most prosperous time. But what is youth really?
But I
It's
think
when you're-
Ali just summed it up. Is based on her situation. It's like I think it's safe to say we all take life for granted. Cheers to you, Ali.
Cheers.
Oh, cheers to wine about it. Oh, Shannon.
Probably like really nice having that mic right there.
Yeah.